Thanks, Dumbledore.
All righty, let's get going. All right, everybody, welcome to the Safe Haven, man. Just giving y'all a little tip. Nothing you hear is financial advice at any point. We're just here as guides so you can be as informed as possible and be able to interact directly with the team. Right now, we're here with FrontFanz and one of the greatest AMA hosts in the space, or speakers, whatever you want to call it, Adam. Always love having him on. So let's go ahead and get into it. Adam, why don't you go ahead and start giving us a brief overview of what you guys got going on at FrontFanz?
Yeah, I'd love to. Hey, man, thanks for that. Thanks for that intro. Well, as I always say, it takes two to tango. Got to have a good host. You got to have a good presenter. And we got both right now. So thank you so much, man. Well, okay. So before I introduce the team, I think I like to give value right at the start. So what is this all about? Well, you could think of FrontFanz first as an adult platform, and when we break it down into what exactly that looks like, why this is even existing, why this is looking like it's going to disrupt, the traditional subscription industry, is you could think of the best parts of OnlyFans combined with amazing UI elements of Instagram and Twitch, and then all the feature-rich capabilities of a cam website, an adult cam website, on one working platform powered by FanX Token. That's, in really simple terms, a basic understanding of the product. And what's really made us stand out so much is the fact that we have a working product. So actually, we're going to get into it, in a little bit, but I just wanted to show a quick little flash, no pun intended, of the platform. So you can see here, this is the beta version of the platform. Mainnet is slated for the 15th of this month. So just minor little tweaks here and there. We've been demoing it live for 2 weeks now. And what really impressed me is not only does the subscription work, meaning I'm going to actually do some subscriptions today, but also, and this is something that really sets us apart from anyone else building in Web3, literally anyone else, is we have live streaming integrated into the platform, meaning those cam shows that a lot of people love and send tips through, we have the ability to do that. And not just that, we have integration with the biggest adult toy manufacturer in the world called Lovense. We have tip integration with them. So that means if you select off the tip menu, you send like a $5 tip off a creator's menu, it'll actually activate the toy in live time as you would normally see on a cam site. It's never been done before in Web3, and we're proudly able to say that we have that fully integrated, which is awesome. So that's a little bit, but I did want to turn it over, of course, to fellow teammate Jordana, if you wanted to give a little bit more on what is FrontFanz as a concept. Do we have Jordana up here? Oh, she might be adjusting her mic. Well, that's fine. She can add in some stuff in a little bit. But yes, that's the core idea. So I'll give it back to you, DC, but I'd love to go into the team that's making this possible, because it's definitely not just me. It's an entire Docs team that's making this a reality.
All right.
Awesome. So when we get into the team here, well, what I'm scrolling by is we have 500 plus creators already on the platform. In addition to that, we also have a cumulative 400 million views and counting through our shout outs and ambassadors. Now, what's great is, of course, we have that, but we also have amazing partners. One of our first AMAs that we actually had, this last week was with TreatDAO, and they're a very close partner of us. They're right here, in fact. Had a great little podcast with them, and we're looking to expand that partnership as well, because they have an adult magazine that is read by so many people. So it's great to have that partnership. But going into the actual team that makes this possible, let me bring it down to the bottom here. So of course you see myself. I don't need to introduce myself again, but we have Stacy Carla. She's the founder and CEO, one of 3 founders. She also is most well known as being a internationally known Playboy Playmate, ex-Playboy Playmate, and has had more than 10 years in the adult industry. Jordana Fox, who's also on the AMA here, she'll be speaking soon, has 20 plus years in the adult industry. And I also met her in the Web3 space in 2021. And it's been so cool to just kind of see our 2 journeys kind of mesh. Like, she's done some great things. I've, found my niches and worked in those. And she actually invited me to this platform. So it's one of those things where it's like, you know, I'm very grateful for the invite. I'm the newest on the team, by the way. I've worked here for 6 months on salary. So it's great to be able to see that I'm coming into a team personally that is filled with such talent. Going into Liv Gem, she's the creative director. We might be seeing her on the platform today, perhaps. We're going to see who's available for the live stream demo. But she has 10 plus years in the adult industry. She actually brought us Treat DAO and so many of the amazing creators along with the rest of the team. Absolutely phenomenal. She also runs our help center as well. So as we're onboarding all of these creators, we need a place for them to understand how to use the platform, how to navigate. And also we do these amazing things called content days, which is where we bring in new creators, show them the ropes with FrontFanz, do some awesome high quality shots, branded in FrontFanz, you know, iconography basically. And now we have a way for them to feel like they really are included in the experience and that they're welcome on a platform, which no other platform does. Callum Baxter, absolutely amazing founder also. He's the head of talent management, and I would say the deal maker when it comes to working in the adult space. So he's currently brokering a deal for us right now with a Colombian cam house to be able to get hundreds of models in. We actually have a meeting later today with them, which is great. Right now, full focus on Fair Launch, but he's doing some amazing deals for us, of course, myself. Daniel O'Reilly, the third founder, and also the one of the UK's largest comedians. If you click on his Instagram as well, you can kind of get a scope of, you know, some of the viewership he has, pretty good. And then, of course, we have Andri, a lead software dev, tons of experience, and also a doxed dev, which is great. And then we have Hati and Amy. Usually they're on the AMAs with me as well when we can arrange, but they're marketing and communication executives, both in the adult industry for quite a bit of time. For Amy herself also, she's really been leading the way, especially this last week and a half in, you know, doing these live demos, showcasing it to her fans, getting excited about it. And I also wanted to give just a quick shout out, not part of the core team, but very, very important to us, are our ambassadors, and you can find them in the chat all the time. You can see them promoting to their fans. There's just an absolute electricity when it comes to the team and the greater reach of the team. So that's the core team. Again, I wanted to cycle back to Jordana just in case you were able to get your mic working there, Jordana. If not, totally fine. I can lead, but just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, that's fine, Adam. Sorry, I had a problem with the sound. My mic was okay, but I couldn't hear anything.
All the time. Don't worry.
Yeah, so I just had to restart my my computer, but that's fine. I'm here now, so thank you.
Awesome. Just really quick before we move on, like into utility and anything else that, of course, the Haven wants to know. I'm just curious, Jordan, did you want to, if you happen to hear any more on like the platform itself, what I think would be great for people to hear from someone who is in the industry and understands it more than probably anyone in the room. Why does this exist fundamentally for the creators? Like, what is this doing for them? I know quite a bit of the points, but I want them to hear it from you. Like, what problem is this fixing, I guess?
Yeah, so it's fixing multiple problems. I mean, first of all, we have the issue with chargebacks, which is, you know, that's well known that, you know, people, they go on cam sites or OnlyFans and things like that with their Visa or MasterCard. They might be having a few drinks, they spend loads of money, and then the next day they ring their bank and they're like, oh no, that wasn't me or whatever, and they get their money straight back, even though the creator or the performer has already done their performance. So chargebacks are a huge one in the industry, and obviously crypto eliminates that. That's a big one. The second one is the frustrations with payments and the amount that traditional platforms take. So traditional cam insights can take up to 70%, which is a lot of your money. You know, you're sitting on cam all night, sometimes 6, 7, 8 hours, and you're giving 70% of that away. And then when you do go to cash out, it will, you know, there'll be a minimum that you need to cash out after they've taken their cut and things. So you have to earn a lot before you can even cash out. And then you may have to wait 2 weeks or a week for your payment as well. And there'll be admin charges on that as well. So you end up with really like next to nothing. So that's another one of the big issues in the industry. And the other one is having to send people personal bank details. So for example, somebody tried to send me a payment on Cash App. So Cash App's quite a popular one because obviously it is crypto and things like that. So a lot of creators have turned to Cash App, but Cash App have just introduced this limit now. So you can only withdraw a certain amount per month. And it also flags up users that you don't know as suspicious. So then it blocks you from being able to send those payments. So, we need somewhere that does everything. It fixes the issue with the fees on the platform, the issue with chargebacks, and the issue of just not having to give your personal details out, because all of these other things that have been designed, like Cash App, they're just not fit for purpose. If obviously you're not going to know the person, they're not going to be in your phone book or whatever, because you're trying to keep your information personal. So yeah, there's a lot of reasons, but those are the main ones.
Awesome. Well, we'll turn it back to you, DC. I know there's probably a good amount of questions.
Yeah, let's go over that real quick, because everything you guys are saying sounds absolutely amazing right now. So I want to, usually I get to this at the end, but let's start at the beginning here. When it comes to the marketing of the project, I've seen stuff that's very similar to this that kind of fell off in the background. What do you mainly see projects doing that causes their marketing to not be as effective as it is, and as it should be, and what are you guys going to do differently?
Oh, that's a question we haven't heard yet. I love that. Jordana, do you want to take the adult approach to Web3 that's kind of lacking, and then I'll take the crypto side, if that's okay?
Yeah, yeah. Do you want to go ahead and go first, Adam?
Yeah, I'll start at kind of where we're at right now in the crypto space, right? So what usually fails is these, I don't want to be mean, but at the same time I'll be mean. These wannabe, adult projects on Web3. What they do is they get a couple, very well-known models to do shout outs, and they rely on that. They post it everywhere. They literally just market around just that. And then they say, it's going to be the craziest platform. You won't believe it. We're going to have millions of dollars of this and that. And they don't have anything to actively show for it. Meaning, here's the demo. Here's it working. Here's all the things we talked about working. Here's live streaming. Here's all these things. There's nothing. It's just vapor. It's just a fugazi, right? If you want to use that word, right? They're just selling a white paper with a few shout outs, and people have seen that. And even if you look at projects that made it, right? Like Cum Rocket or others, right? Again, not to disparage them. I know the team knows some of the people from there as well, but I'll just say this. Join their TG right now and tell me if it's still the platform of the future. It's a ghost town. It's a literal ghost town. So when you're looking at effectively marketing this, you better start with the product. You better start with a fully doxed team and a full stacked house full of not just shout outs, but content creators who are dedicated to the platform, creating and have proof of that creation, which we have many, many content days literally showing on the ground work. But Jordana, what is it for you that you see missing when it comes to the blend of adult and Web3 and just a big lack in the adult space?
Yeah, so I think the main issue is that a lot of the people that get into the Web3 adult side of things, they do it because it's I want to own a pawn token. And then what they think is that if they get the white paper right and they raise enough money, they'll be able to build it, and then they'll be able to pay for the people to come. But it doesn't quite work. Yeah. So, a lot of the big ones went under because they spent all their money on girls and partying and Lambos and stuff, and they didn't do anything that they said they were going to do. Yeah. Whereas FrontFanz is the complete opposite. It's the other way around. They've been working on this for 2 years. So I've been here around 6-7 months now. But they've been working on this for 2 years. So you might remember that OnlyFans actually deplatformed all of the adult creators. Basically, Visa and MasterCard said that they weren't going to allow, adult companies to do that anymore. And that's when we saw that crazy pump with the adult tokens that came through. And these guys could have launched then. They could have thrown out a white paper and launched then, but they decided to do it properly. They decided that, no, this is the real deal. They want to actually build the platform first, and they've built through the bear. They've built quietly and consistently for the past 2 years. And they've built something amazing. It's got live streaming, it's got paid DMs, it's got everything that you could wish for in a platform as a creator. It's got all of the best of each thing. And so when we're talking about our next steps and how we're going to, maintain this and market this, really the platform talks for itself. Because of our team and the connections that we have, we don't need to pay for shout outs. We don't need to buy someone just to do one tweet and then that's it. These are people that we've worked with. Stacey's a Playboy model. She's got plenty of Playboy friends. I'm a former adult actress, so I know most of the people in the adult industry in the UK, and Liv is very well connected in the US side of things as well. So just those connections there will get eyeballs on us. And then in terms of, bringing those users over from Web 2, we're partnering with agencies that are going to help us do that. So proper adult marketing agencies. We're not going to go, we're going to do this ourselves and we're going to sit here and do adult marketing marketeers ourselves, because we're not. So we're doing a lot of outreach, we're doing a lot of partnerships, and we're going to the people that actually know. So we're going to the OnlyFans agencies to bring on their multiple models. We've got partnerships with Cam Insights and Stream Insights and all of that, and we're bringing everyone together in one place, because we can't do everything alone, and this is very much building partnerships and doing it. But we are in a very good position. It's not even a comparison to the other ones that have been out there, and if they could pump to 200 million or whatever it was in the last bull run, then this is going to go insane, because this is the real deal.
And just to add to that too, it's taken more than 2 years to get to this point. Like I said, I'm the newest addition to the team. I've been salaried on the team for the last 6 months. I met them in Rome. I met Callum and Stacey and one of the early equity investors in the company in Rome. And my conviction, especially if I'm signing my name to a team, was already at a 10 when I signed the dotted line. But after that trip, it went to an 11 and 12 out of 10, because I said, I see the sweat, the love, the passion of wanting to make this the platform, not just in Web3, but everywhere, right? We started Web3, we become the best platform on Web3, which we already are. We just haven't turned on the on switch to the platform. But in its beta form, it's leaps and bounds better than anything else out there. You can say that with confidence, but you better have the proof of that. And that's why we've been leading every single AMA with a live demo to actually show you guys it's working. We're excited. So DC, hopefully that answers your question.
Yeah, man. Good answers, Jordana. Now another thing I wanted to mention as well, like how OnlyFans deplatformed because Visa and MasterCard decided they weren't going to, partner up and participate with that anymore. How would you guys avoid that same thing happening to y'all, whether it be from Visa, MasterCard, or somewhere else?
Yeah. Okay. So, do you want me to take this, Adam?
Yeah, no, please. Go ahead.
Yeah, it won't happen because we're using crypto and crypto doesn't discriminate. So that's the beauty of it. I mean, you have Visa and MasterCard on our website that people can use with the on-ramp, but people are just buying crypto. They're not buying, it's a third party. They're just signing up to buy crypto. They're not buying, adult content. They're just buying crypto. So in terms of the adult, if Visa and MasterCard decide tomorrow that they don't, nobody's going to support those payment rails for OnlyFans, where's everybody going to go? Because all of those creators will be deplatformed because OnlyFans are not going to stop their revenue, even though adult creators are their backbone. They are running out of options, and you can see in the white paper actually. I don't know if you can pull it up, Link. Pull it up, Adam. Sorry, not Liv. There's actually a number of articles by the CEO of OnlyFans who specifically stated that they are running out of options when it comes to banking rails that support their platform. So it's only a matter of time before this happens. It will happen again. Yeah. That's one of the articles. I mean, you can just Google it. But yeah, he specifically said the reason why was because of Visa and MasterCard. So, it's not a new problem. And that was 2 years ago. So it's like, how long do they have left? And it's the companies now, like this one, that are going to be in a position to slide in and take some of those people that, you know, if that happens, will go parabolic. But I do believe that we're going to go and be massive anyway, because of the evolution and, you know, the frustrations that people have in general.
It's the idea of,
yeah.
Sorry, I was just going to add, it's the idea of being like a startup too, right? Being able to be disruptive and being the answer to a missing link in the market is completely startup culture. Some fail, some are massively successful. The ones that are massively successful carry themselves with confidence because they have a platform, they have that killer app, they have that killer team to be able to take on the big dogs, right? It seems impossible until it suddenly isn't. And then you're like, what just happened? Why is this platform making so much money? What's going on? I'll slip this in here as well because we'll probably talk about it soon. Why does it matter to you? Right? Why are people bothering buying in the fair launch? It's because 10% of the net revenue on platform is going to buy back and burn FanX token. As a platform, as a company, we're taking 20% of the revenue from cross-platform, which is very industry standard. What's not industry standard is cam sites take up to 50%, and we're only taking 20% flat. So with that difference in mind, it's a no-brainer. That's why we're having a meeting with a large cam house today, because, you know, for their owners, it's an obvious plug. They can be that cam house to be the first one to adopt, you know, FrontFanz, and then the second, and then the third, and then the fourth. So I just wanted to make sure to also mention that early on, that if you're a FanX holder, you're getting exposure to that 10% company revenue in buyback and burn of the token. So decreasing supply, market buying the token, never going to be announced as buys and burns shouldn't be. But the difference is it's not reliant on some Ponzi, you know, tokenomic farm type BS, right? This is a zero tax token, no playing around, zero tax token. It's based on company revenue, which I think a lot of people also realize is the future, right? Real world tie-in to Web3, which is this also.
All right, got you, man, got you. Now let's talk about the community as well, because we got to talk about that. What is the biggest way that you guys are maintaining the community and pretty much keeping everybody together?
Oh man, well, all of us staying up later than we probably should. No, but in all reality, it's having an entire just huge mod team and committed people. So yes, our mods are amazing because they are, yes. But the other difference is having models in the chat to not only say, hey, I'm here, but also like answer questions and be excited about the platform. They're there also. You can see Shelby all the time. You can see, you know, Annie from Treat DAO. You can see Miss Envious. She's all the time there, like more than us sometimes. It's what makes us stand out. It's definitely what makes us stand out. And then also having a visible team. Yeah, we're on AMAs, we're fully doxed, we're in the chat too, even between 1,000,001 things. It makes the difference. You have to be visible, and you have to be not afraid to be visible. And here's the thing, this is a multi-billion-dollar industry. I say that with confidence also because OnlyFans profited in the billions, right? Last year even. So with that in mind, it's also recession resistant. And that's not something you can just callously say. It is. If you look at multiple reports, the two industries that are growing, no matter if there's terrible wars in the world, economic downturns, whatever, is the gambling industry and the adult subscription industry. So being able to be that, you know, game changer in the space is getting ahead of the curve in the Web3 sense, and also in the fact that it's massively growing. But Jordana, did you want to mention, just back to DC's question on, you know, how we're enhancing the community the most we can?
Yeah, so I mean, essentially the community is built upon, at the moment, it's just, you know, crypto people, right? But what's going to happen is we're going to have this influx of Web2 people once we turn on the adult traffic. And so the community is going to naturally grow by those people that actually want to buy the product. That, you know, we're going to have two sets. We're going to have the people that want to buy in because they want to speculate on what it's going to be worth. And then we're going to have those Web2 users. And it's the Web2 users that are going to be the biggest bulk. Because, you know, the adult industry is huge and the adult subscription industry is absolutely huge. And so we can build upon that. Are they going to come into the Telegram? I don't know, but we'll definitely see, an increase in our community in Twitter and Instagram and things like that. But in terms of the Telegram, I do expect, it to be the Web3 people that are going to be there. But the community will be very much split into those two different sections, and it will be growing. It's just that they'll be in two different places. As we build out the platform and we get all of these new creators on, obviously we've got loads of porn stars and agencies and things that we've got on our white paper already. But behind the scenes, we're working on multiple deals. As Adam said, we've got a call at 5:00 today with a cam house in Colombia, so we can have cam models from Latin America streaming 24/7, So we have a lot going on, and those people all have their individual fans, and it's in their benefit really to convert their fans over. So, if I've got fans on my existing live streaming account, so say I've got 3,000 regular people that come to see me on my live stream, and I'm paying 70%. It's in my benefit to try and get them over to FrontFanz, because I'm then going to be earning 70% more essentially. 50% more, sorry. It's just in the benefit. So as we build out and we bring over these creators, the community is going to naturally grow. And we have so much faith in our product and our platform. This platform is going to be amazing. With or without the FanX launch going well or not, which it is, it's going incredibly well. This platform is still going to be going live. This platform is still going ahead. It's been
on the 15th, by the way, little reminder, 15th, everybody, yeah. This month.
November. It's going live. So this has been backed by, the whale that's behind this project has been backing this for 2 years, and he's not going to stop now. I always remember when I first came on and he said, I'm not in this to make a couple of million, Jordana. I want to make generational wealth from this platform. I was like, whoa, like this guy is serious.
What's cool with him too is he understands the business world. Obviously, he also understands crypto. He was one of the early adopters into Ethereum. The difference here, though, is that he sees, how big the adult industry is, and he bought in for majority equity, right? So he owns a chunk of FrontFanz as a company, and that I want to again just put emphasis on it. It's a company that you're investing in that's reflected through a token, right? Think of like the most bullish stock you could ever get into that gives dividends that are almost like insane levels of dividends. That's effectively what's happening, but instead of dividends, you're seeing it reflected through buyback and burns of the actual token, right, from revenue. And just on that point really quick, it's actually on the website is the best place so people can find it really easy. If you scroll down all the way to the kind of near the bottom here, buyback and burns. Let me just cover this really quick. So by year end 2024, looking at a 50% growth in relation to what OnlyFans did in the same time, we're looking at just shy of $500,000 cash in buyback and burn on the chart for FanX token. That's like stupid money, but that's like nothing. In 2025, the next full year, exponential jump, right? Almost 3.8 mil. Going in 2026, 7, 8, we're talking stupid money. I have never seen a token, at least in my existence, and I don't think anywhere on CMC top page, top 2 pages, whatever, that has had buybacks of this amount from a registered company, which, by the way, we're a registered company. So it's mind-blowing when you see this, but if you mesh it to the numbers, it makes sense. This is one of the two only in the industries that's growing, again, gambling and adults, and it's one that is primed for a shakeup because of exactly what Jordana mentioned, and that's just one of it, right? Or one of the points is models are not happy. If you're a top 1% model, you're probably pretty happy. But what happens when someone does a chargeback? What happens when a couple of people do chargebacks for months at a time? You can do that. You can call your card provider and say, "Hey, I didn't do this $500 custom order of porn content. I would never do that. Oh my gosh, no way." And they'll charge back. They will take your side, which is good for the user, not good for the content creator that is depending on this money to pay rent. So they're unhappy, especially the mid and low tier, meaning entry level. With that in mind, where do you think they're going to go? Where do you think they've been trying to go? They've been trying to come to Web3 in different ways, but they've been screwed by these projects that only care about partying, buying Lambos, exactly as Jordana meant. They don't care about platforms. They don't care about actually helping the content creators. This is a platform created by creators. And even if you don't care about that, by the way, I totally understand, right? Like, I'm in it for the gains. I'm in to make some money. I totally get it. Cool. But you probably care about massive buybacks with real large sums of money. So just wanted to kind of mention that.
Sounds really good, man. Yeah, I just had to ask that, man, because community is a huge part of it, dude, especially with a project like this, because you got to maintain the community for a while. Because like you said, 2025 is when things are going to get like really, really good. And you got to make sure you can stick around. And with that, just give me a little insight, somebody, on the finances of the project, because a lot of projects don't make it. A lot of people just say it's because of X, Y, and Z, but really it's because of finances, man. People run out of money. So how can we be assured that you guys won't fall into this same type of trap?
Well, I mean, if we could get to this point, that's the hardest point. So then turning on the on switch in the platform, again, 20% of the revenue coming in is going straight into the platform, right? Going straight to the platform. That's a lot of money, even in 3 months. That's a lot of money. And then being able to mobilize that into marketing is substantial. But Jordana, did you want to give a little bit on like kind of the long-term growth of like what we can expect to see with the creators we have and otherwise to kind of be able to have that pace to last, through anything?
Yeah, I mean, in terms of the company, as we've mentioned before, we're in a very good position that we have a financial backer that's got very deep pockets and is happy to spend because he's confident of the return. And with that in mind, we've put about so many things in place to guarantee that we're going to be making revenue, straight off the bat with this. So, we've got the adult traffic turning on when the platform goes live on the 15th. So we're going to have that money coming in from there. We're not relying on the token. So when a lot of these projects go under, and you talk about maintaining the community, it's because they need to maintain the community because they need to keep the token price, stable. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to keep the hype in the chat so they can maintain the buys and they can have money to carry on developing. We've done all of our development. Our platform is ready. Our platform is done. We're just got to switch the taps on now and make them revenue, essentially. We have 500 creators on the platform already, but we have many more on the waiting list. We've got many people that want to join this platform just for purely the reasons that we've mentioned. And also, crypto's getting a little bit more mainstream. People are interested. They want to try something new. So when we're talking about the revenue of the platform, we've put everything in place. We've got a huge team, and we do believe this is going to be profitable. And we're not afraid to spend the money on the marketing and the adult traffic and take that hit. Well, not me take the hit, but the financier is willing to take that hit in the short term because he's confident in the long term. And obviously, as we load up people to the platform, those people will be buying FanX token to spend on the platform, which will naturally maintain the chart. So we don't need to be, pumping everything all the time and being like, blah, 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 we've got this coming out and that, even though we do.
Yeah, it's not, you don't.
Even though we do have updates coming out on the platform every 4 weeks, it's going to be a continuous build. It's never going to be done. It's like Facebook; it's just continuously building. But in terms of the revenue, we're very confident that this is going to make money. And like I say, it's been in the works for 2 years, so there's big people behind this project.
Well, you guys have given some really good answers, but right now it's about 9:40, so I gotta come in and let the community speak. And these are always the best AMAs where I don't have to do a lot of talking because it means the team really knows what they're talking about. The more I have to, now this isn't like a rule of thumb, but the more I have to ask questions and go deeper and deeper, usually the more the team lacks. So Yeah,
It's a good
I
point.
don't have much to say. Let's go right to the community. Rat that out. Hmm?
DC, would you be okay if we do a quick little platform demo just
Yeah,
before
go
we get
ahead.
into questions? All right.
That'd be
Yep.
fantastic.
It'll take like 5 minutes. I'm just going to tell Liv, who's going to be on the other side right now, that we are going to be doing a live demo. Doing live demo now. Okay. All right. So let me walk you through the FrontFanz platform. So guys, we're really excited for the first time at the Haven, and actually, our first AMA of the day on the last day of fair launch. This is the FrontFanz platform. Again, all in one for subscription content, for live streaming, everything all in one spot. So what you're seeing right now is the home screen. When I'm on the home screen, normally it would be blank because I haven't subscribed to anyone yet. I haven't followed anyone yet, but I did go ahead and follow some folks, so that's why it's populated. But if you'd like to find new creators, you can go to our Explore tab, which is actually indexing all of the creators we currently have, and I can give anybody a follow. So I can give Shanice a follow, I can give Tasha a follow, and then from there I could also click on their profile, subscribe. I can do that as well here. So for example, here, if I wanted to do a subscription, I could do a 30-day subscription. I'm going to go ahead and do that. So subscribe. And congrats, I'm fully subscribed. So now I'll be able to see subscription content right there. Now with that in mind, cool. What if I want to send a custom tip? I can also do that as well. I'll send a custom tip. Thanks for being on platform. Tip. And success. But wait a second, I ran out of money. What do? No problem. We have our integrated wallet. I currently have $17 left there, but I can go ahead and add funds. There are 3 different options to be able to choose from for Web3 payments integration. I'm going to go ahead and select MetaMask. I'm going to load $5 into my account. So I'm going to go to proceed. It'll confirm off screen. Yes. And it's a success. Now, if I want to see the transactions, past transaction history, I can do that as well. And you can see all the tips that I've done, everything like that, what amounts. With that in mind too, and here's what's great, we haven't mentioned this just yet, that FanX gets you not just exposure to the buyback and burns up to millions of dollars, but it also gets you up to 10% off platform-wide by owning different tiers. Pretty amazing. So if we're talking about demand for FanX token, not only are you going to get a reminder about that reason to buy FanX token, whether you're a Web 2 or a Web 3 user, but it's going to absolutely help the chart in a massive way. That's why we don't have to employ, meme marketing or anything like that for the long term, right? Right now, of course, as Web3, we have to stay scrappy and stuff, but in the long-term development, there's an inherent demand. Why not get a discount on something you're already spending, which our creators have tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, and even millions in following? They're already getting subscribers. Their subscribers are not getting a discount. Why not come to a platform where you can get a discount on something you're already buying? Again, up to 10% off. So you get a little reminder here. Some other things. So we know how to load funds. We know how to check our transactions. You know how to get a discount. What if I'm brand new and I don't even know how to create a profile? Well, here's what's cool. We do have a profile system. So you can see I can go to my profile. I logged in with my username and password, fully customizable as well. Put a picture when we met in Rome last month, the team. But if you'd like to connect purely with a Web3 wallet, you can do that as well. Just as we added payment using a Web3 wallet, you can also connect directly with your Web3 wallet and stay completely anonymous. No KYC, nothing like that. Not even an email sign up. So we have an option for the Web 2 users and an option for the Web 3 users. Now, with that in mind, cool. So we know how to load our account. We know how to set up our account. We know how to subscribe to new creators that we're finding. But what about the real icing on the cake? Something that has not been seen on any Web3 adult platform before, but we have ready to show you. We also have that here. So I'm going to go on the test account here. I'm going to go to the live stream. I'm going to go ahead and give it a quick refresh, and we can see Liv on the other end there. Liv, I know it's pretty early, so thank you for coming on, but you can see even the tip menu is integrated. Now, again, this also allows for integration with LoveEnse. So if she had a LoveEnse toy connected, I could go ahead and send a tip and it would activate that toy as well. So I'm going to go ahead and send her a quick little wave from the tip menu. Adam sent a wave. Awesome to see you. Awesome. So you can see the tip menu works perfectly. The chat works flawlessly as well. If I really want to do kind of more of an intimate one-on-one stream, I can go to private and we can do a one-on-one stream dependent upon the pricing. Jazz hands. Dependent upon the pricing. We love you, Liv. Depending upon the pricing of the content creator themselves, I can also share the stream. I can give it a like. And then also, if I'm really liking the stream, I can send a tip as well and it'll show on the feed. I'm going to go ahead and send a $1 tip here outside of her tip menu, and boom, it'll reflect right there. I can also drop emojis. I can drop GIFs if I choose to. All of it is right there in one spot. Again, this is something that has been built out. It's demoing to you right now in live time. This is FrontFanz. So I'm going to go ahead and just say a quick thanks. Thank you so much, Liv. We appreciate you. Guys, that's FrontFanz in a nutshell with a live platform demo. I'll give it back to you, DC, so we can get into some questions.
All right, and let's start off with Sujay. Okay, Sujay, go ahead, bud.
Hey, DC, Jordana, Adam. A very neat and clean interface there. Liked it. Now, we all know there's a lot of challenges within the adult industry. There's legal issues, there's privacy issues, safety issues, there's social issues. Now, we're not going to be able to touch on everything on this AMA here, but I'd maybe like to pick one legal concern and one social concern maybe. So as far as the legal issue goes, now you're going to have to rely on a lot of these agents or agencies to locate and hire the creators, the streamers for you. How do you as a platform ensure, now I know you are not going to be in complete control of what happens on the other side, but to the best of your abilities in terms of your practices, rules and regulations, how do you ensure that there isn't an exploitation of young people, that somebody who is not of legal age is not providing fake documents to get onboarded, and even if they are of legal age, you ensure that they're not being forced to do this and they're doing this completely out of their choice.
Sujay with the killer question. Thank you. Jordana, did you want to take on some of that? And then I can answer as well, if you'd like.
Yeah, sure. I mean, this is something that's very important to me. And it's another reason why I champion crypto actually for creators, because there's a lot of creators that are actually, essentially in a position where they're creating content, not because they want to, but they may be in like some kind of, abusive relationship or something like that. And they have no way to kind of store money basically so they can get away. And so crypto does allow for that, that's really good. And it's something that we definitely champion, with the crypto is that, people can save their own little bit of money and then do whatever they want. And if that means getting away from someone horrible, then that means getting away from someone horrible. And because we're all creators here on the team, or we've got adult industry experience, it's very, very close to heart. In terms of the child element and the trafficking as well, we've gone one step further and we've actually built a relationship with the Form Project, which they built some software called safer.io. You can check it out online. And essentially what it does is it cross matches all images in our database against their database, which is part of a wider database that goes to Pinterest, Google, everyone like that that's kind of signed up already. And it cross matches those hash codes within the content, and it searches for child abuse material. And if it's already in the database, it will just flag it and we will just remove it because they're already aware of it. If the facial recognition is part of the AI as well, so it searches the content that we're uploading for new potential harmful material. And what that does is it analyzes the facial features and the frame and what's in the image, and it can identify if it's a child. So in that instance, if it flags it up, then it would go to our moderators and then we would review it. And if it, is indeed a child, it would then go back to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children in America. And then the authorities will go there and actually, they've actually kicked doors off and saved, I think, around 150 children to date, which is amazing. And then that material would then be given a hash code, which would then go out to all of the other people in the database, which would then pull that off, which is insane because it just removes that horrible, material from not only being on our site, but from being on all of those other sites as well. And I think this is something that all platforms should have, and it's something that none of the adult platforms have, which is crazy, because they should all have it. And we want to set a new standard by having this, because this is very, very important. Obviously, that doesn't help with to people that are being trafficked. So in terms of the trafficking, obviously, yes, if the material's been identified before, then we can pull it offline. But when it comes to KYC, we're using an amazing third-party KYC provider to cross-match all of our facial recognition against the IDs. And I know that people are very clever and that they can be faked, but they're using biometric IDs. In terms of the actual cam houses that we have, or agencies that we're working with, these are people that we know through the industry. So it's not like just a random person can sign up to the site and start providing, live streams of all different women as an agency. The agency partnerships are very bespoke and they're very well known to us. So, the guys out in Colombia, they're actually American guys that run it, and we know them. We can go out there, we can visit, we can do all of those kind of things because we want to make sure, that something like that can kill all of your years and years of hard work. So, we don't want that for that reason. And we also don't want it because it's just, it's abhorrent, and we don't want to be a part of the problem. We want to be a part of the solution. And that is what we think FrontFanz is doing by being creator led, where actually, we've got a little bit more empathy than maybe some of the other platforms out there that, are just all about the money. But we do have a side to us, being that we're female, I guess, in that we're very, we're mums. We're mums at the end of the day. So we want to, make sure that it's very, very safe.
Yeah, no, very well answered, Jordana. Adam, did you want to add something, or can I go with my next question?
No, Jordana killed it. Go ahead with your next.
I think she did. Yeah. The social aspect of it. Now, for the longest time, the adult industry has catered to one gender type, right? The content that is created is catered towards men. Do you, as a social aspect, promoting gender equality, do you? And also, when I saw the ambassadors and the creators on your white paper, they're all women, right? Now, from a social standpoint, will there be men who are also creators and streamers? There's the social aspect of it, and there's also the business side of it. Is there a market to be captured there by creating content which caters to women? Is it good for business?
It's a huge industry. It's a huge industry, whether it be guys or girls, whatever, right? Like, we're an inclusive platform. I can say that with confidence. So it's not just sexy ladies you'll see on the platform. It's also, some pretty awesome dudes there too. It's not a platform just pandering to one gender. It is for everyone. Jordana, I know you've had a huge hand in helping with the onboarding along with Liv, obviously. Do you want to speak about maybe some of the scope of who is joining of that 500? Is it all girls? Is it some guys too? What does that look like?
Yeah, no. So, we want to be very inclusive. A number of the people on the team are members of the LGBT plus community, as am I. And so, we want to make sure that we're being very inclusive, not only catering to women that may want to view men, but also, trans and other categories as well. So, we do have a number of creators. We've got Andrew England, which is one of, is a big creator. I don't know if you can pull him up there, Adam, he's on there. We do have a number of men. The reason why we put all of our females on our white paper is essentially because that's what a lot of the DGens want to see. Yeah, there he is. But we do have men, and we've got, you know, a number of men, low level and also higher level as well. Obviously, I've been in the industry. I've done multiple films with other guys, and you know, so I personally know a number of guys that are waiting to come onto this platform, as is Liv and probably Stacey as well, and a number of the other creators that have got these guy friends. But you know, we want to be inclusive, and we're going to have quite an extensive trans category as well, because that is a growing market and a growing trend, as well as the gaming side of things as well. So yeah, there'll be a multitude, but we do have some really nice ones. We had Rogan O'Connor is a good friend of mine. He's in the Dream Boys in the UK, which is kind of like the old Chippendales, I guess you get. But yeah, we do, to answer that question.
I think, put plain and simple, as long as it's legal content, 18 plus and moral. So there are some categories that aren't allowed, like, you know, stuff to do with animals or, you know, that sort of stuff, like, obviously. But you know, this is fully open for fetish material, fully inclusive. It's one of those things. But of course, there's still the guide rails there. You can't be a free for all. It still has to be within guide rails, but it is a platform focused on, you know, as much freedom as possible.
Awesome. Very well answered, Jordana and Adam. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, DC.
Great question and answer. All right, let's go to another love.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, guys. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So my question is, like, how will you guys tend to balance your buyback stuffs, the burning and the utility funding allocations? Do you get my questions?
Yeah. How are we looking to balance those buyback and burns? Is that kind of?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, you have to be strategic, and you have to make sure to never announce, because the people that should be benefiting the most from buyback and burns are people like everyone here that are buying early, that are holding, people that buy late stage, that understand the utility and start to see some of the revenue coming in a massive way. It's for them, right? It's not for someone that just wants to, you know, wait for the buyback and exit. You could. There's nothing stopping you. There's, you know, 0% buy, 0% sell. Totally fine. But we want to make sure to have those be around pivotal moments, whether it be maybe even big announcements, initiating those buyback and burns, or also just kind of randomly just to say, hey, thanks for holding. Here's a massive buyback and burn. Because we're not talking like, you know, $10,000. Wow. You know, like we're like a lot of money. Like 20, 30, 40, 50 or more at a time. And as we mentioned, you know, before, but I'll mention again, in the full year of 2024, and these are reasonable numbers. This is not saying we're going to outpace OnlyFans. This is saying at like a 50%, you know, win ratio in comparison, we're at just under 500K in buyback and burn in FanX token. I do not know a token that does that even just in its first year, let alone as you progress towards 2028. It gets nuts. These seem like magical numbers. They're not. They're built from data, which is crazy. So yeah, it is going to be a surprise, but it's also going to be strategic to make sure to give back the most to those buyers of FanX.
All right. Thank you, Adam. And then, sorry, my next question will be on from the white paper. You guys also said that we can, like, users can actually buy physical items, right? So my question is, like, will you guys be shipping those physical goods, like these physical stores, to users, like anywhere in the world? And will there be a fee attached to this?
So I should clarify there, right? There's kind of two different categories, right? There's goods sold by FrontFanz as a company, which would be like merch, like hats, shirts, mugs, that sort of fun stuff. Maybe a mic cover, please. Our team who's doing merch, I know they're listening as well. Mic covers would be awesome for the SM7B. Would love that. But no, that will cover, of course. We're going to try to provide as low shipping as possible and worldwide access. When it comes to the more important one, in my opinion, content creators to users, that's going to be one-on-one. That's going to be directly through them. So we're not managing, shipping. We're not managing anything like that. There'll be a help center that's expanded to ship as well. So if you don't receive your item or there's a delay or something, we can act as a third party to come in and say like, hey, what's going on, resolve disputes, that sort of thing. But when it comes to actual merch, we'll take care of everything. When it comes to custom physical content, meaning like, perhaps you want some panties or something from a content creator that you love, you can totally buy that on platform. Like you can do that, which is really cool. So again, think all in one platform with the best of subscription, the best of cam sites, which we just showed, by the way, for those that joined late. We literally just showed a demo of that, and the best of real world items, tangible items as well, all in one platform, and with the ability to get a discount using FanX token up to 10%. It's pretty cool. So hopefully that answers your question there.
Sure. Thank you very much, Adam, for the clear clarifications. Thank you, DC, for the opportunity. I appreciate it. Good luck to you guys.
Thanks, man.
You are welcome, sir. Mac, you're up as well.
I just wanted to say to Jordana, she had a small little tech issue there. She might. Oh no, she's already unmuted. Never mind. I was gonna say she just joined back, so we're good. But go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, Mac, go ahead and answer your question, bud.
All right. Thank you so much. Hi, Adam. I hope I'm audible.
You are. Thank you.
All right. So, my question is, does the platform have features where users can protect original content from or streams?
Yes. Oh, thank you so much for the succinct question too. That's a great one. Yes. Plain simple. Yes. We have right-click disabled queued up for our mainnet launch on the 15th. Again, reminder, 15th of this month.
Sorry, I got cut off. I'm sorry about that.
Oh, okay. There was more. Sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. So my question is that does the platform have features where users can protect original content or streams from being recorded and redistributed by third-party elements? And then
I'll give you a second in case you got cut off again.
okay, so I said that does the platform have features where users can protect original content or streams from being recorded and redistributed by third-party elements? And then that if you do, how do you intend this to work?
Definitely. Yeah. Thank you. Really, really good question because it is a huge issue. So let me just preface this by saying if there's a will, there's always a way, right? But making sure that the platform is on the side of the creator in ensuring that their content is as, steel proof as possible is something that content creators do look for. So on mainnet, you're going to see right click disabled, which is a basic, but also the ability to kind of black out screens if you go to, use a clip tool or a basic record tool or something of the kind. So I just wanted to mention that like those have to be there and we have those ready for mainnet. So Jordana, I don't know if you're back just yet, but did you want to add to that as well when it comes to keeping content safe?
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry, I had to rejoin on my second account. Yeah, so essentially, yeah, we're just going to stop, just not make it easy for people. Like Adam says, when there's a will, there's a way, but we don't want to make it easy. And so, yeah, if you go to record the content, that's going to be the blackout screen that shows. We are implementing watermarks onto the images as well. So when the creators upload their images, they'll have the option to watermark them with the FrontFanz logo and their username. So, if it does get redistributed there, then people know that it's them. And we're going to have that right click disabled as well. So I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, it does very much. Thank you. That's fine. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. And let's go to Alpha. Okay, Crypto Priest, your go.
Thank you, DC, for the opportunity.
No problem.
Yeah. My question is there any fees associated with content creators? Like, there fees they need to pay to be on the platform and be creating content? I don't know if you get my question.
I do, yeah. So no, in the sense that you're not going to have to pay anything to be listed on the platform. You do have to pass KYC, which content creators don't pay anything, of course, for. But keep in mind, the platform is getting revenue, and it's getting revenue at 20% of whatever is sold. So whether it be, a tip, a subscription, custom content, physical items as well, all of that is going to get, 20% going to the platform. And again, as a little reminder, especially for all those buying right now, we're almost at 80 ETH, guys. Crazy. This is a good idea to do this AMA, I guess. For those buyers of FanX token, right, you're also receiving 10% of the net revenue that the company FrontFanz is getting from all of those buys, subscriptions, and everything that's happening on platform. That's why we're putting so much focus on that, because it's not just a meme coin, which I know is like a meme in itself, right? It's like meta, but it's something to understand that this is derived from company revenue. But to go back to your question, not at all. There's no fee for applying to be a content creator. I will say though, we're currently at 500 plus. We have a pretty big wait list of about, I don't even know Jordana, how big is the wait list? Like at least like 50 to 100, I think.
Yeah, I think it might even be more than that now.
Okay.
We do have a big wait list.
Yeah. So hopefully that answers your question.
Yes, it does. I have one more question. Can I go on?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. How do the team actually how do you guys how will I put this? If there is a dispute, or like, let me say, a conflict that arises between the creator and the users, how do you guys tackle this?
Yeah,
that's
I
good.
can.
No, go ahead, please.
Yeah. So we're going to have the block feature in place. So you'll be able to restrict the users, you'll be able to mute them. If they're sending you harmful material or harmful words, certain words on our system are actually grayed out. So you can't be, receiving abusive texts and things like that on the platform, because it just would show as little stars. So we have those in place, and then we have the moderation team as well. So you can report it to the moderators, who would then, figure out whether that person needs to be banned, depending on the content of the messages, or, whatever. But if it's abusive or bullying, then there's no place for that on the platform, and they'll be completely banned from the platform. But the individual creators do have the ability to block individuals that they just don't get on with, that might just be annoying them or something.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you for the answer. DC, thank you for the opportunity.
No problem, man. All right, Alpha, your go, bud. Let's see what you got.
Am I audible?
Yep.
Yes, yeah. All right. Yeah, I am Adam. So I think you guys have been on quite the AI journey, and I want to say you guys are doing a very good job. So, and because that long the team has been on this, I think you guys have like a big applause. So I was just wondering, so for users who are not necessarily interested in adult content, or just basically NSFW content, would it be possible for those users to customize the ads that pop up to not show content like that?
Oh, yes. God, really good questions today. This is good. Appreciate you guys listening in. So yes, there's going to be a safe for work toggle in the settings. If you turn on that safe for work toggle, what'll happen is, because obviously this is an adult platform, but we do actually have quite a few people who are streamers and otherwise that are actually interested in being on the platform as well. So if you would like to not see, adult content, but still want to follow some of these, content creators, and want to explicitly, be able to see some of the content from safer work creators, you're going to have that ability in the toggle system to do that. So yes, definitely.
All right, perfect. Perfect. Yeah, so as a second question, um, would there be any kind of special perks for top creators on the platform? Say people with biggest followings or the biggest likes, or people who planning much crowd in terms of um, um, gifts and stuff. Should there be any kind of special perks for them? Say maybe a blue tick or a badge or some kind of discounts and benefits for them.
Go ahead, Jordan.
Yep. Yeah, so we do have a pink tick, so it looks exactly like the little blue tick that you have next to your name there, like the Twitter one or the Instagram one, and we have a pink one. So once the creators are verified and they meet a certain activity level on the platform, then they can go ahead and get that pink tick. In addition to that, some of the more active creators, I wouldn't even say larger creators, I'd say we want to reward those that are most active on the platform, that really want to grow their brand with us. And so in terms of that, we'll be running competitions whereby they can, win the chance to be featured in our ads that are going out on all of these adult platforms, which will drive traffic directly to their profiles. And then we also have custom sticker packs and emojis, which can be bought. I think that update is coming out in December, actually. But there'll be custom sticker packs that their top fans can purchase with the FanX tokens, and can post them in other streams or whatever, and it'll be like their little pictures and stuff like that. And in addition to that, we will be purchasing off some of the large creators, so I'm talking very, very large, so top 10 Pornhub creators, top 20 Pornhub creators. We want to be purchasing that exclusive content, whereby that content is only available on our site, and that will be reserved for some of the top ones or the most popular ones on the platform. So yeah, we want to really foster a family environment on the platform. We want to make everyone feel very welcome and proud to be part of the FrontFanz family. So we're going to be doing lots of competitions and rewarding engagement on the platform.
Yes, I mean, like I said, I think you guys have a lot planned out already. It's beautiful to see teams coming out with full plans and stuff. So well done. Thank you, Yusuf.
Appreciate
well done,
it. Thank you.
All right, let's go, Ziggy.
Hey, am I audible? I assume so. Yeah, good stuff. I would say I like the attention to detail, especially when linking your social medias. That's real people. They are real people. We are actually doing real stuff, which is more than I can say for most adult content. Tokens. The professionalism is lacking there. But yeah, that's good. So I was wondering, first of all, what's the scope on I would say your policy of abuse basically, because that's something that is the number one. I literally, okay, let's not get too personal, but yeah, that's a big thing in the adult space, especially like platforms like that are not that regulated, like Pornhub and stuff like that. If you hear the statistics on abuse there, on like rape videos, on like revenge porn, it's kind of crazy. So what's your scope on kind of handling stuff like that on your platform and like keeping it, I would say, completely legal? Like everyone who comes on there is actually a legal sex worker that works in their own of their own free will, basically. How do you plan to go about that, basically?
So I just wanted to reiterate two things. There's multiple layers. The first layer is our robust KYC system, which, by the way, you do not need a KYC if you're a user wanting to subscribe, only if you're a content creator. In that KYC process, there has to be proof that you're 18 plus, and that obviously you're willing to be on the platform. You can leave at any time, but like you're wanting to be on the platform. In addition to that, also, The second step is ongoing moderation. So Jordana mentioned that we're looking to integrate Safer, and that was actually part of the fair launch raise, is getting funds, because it's expensive, getting funds to be able to have Safer integration, which we already are doing first. Like, we're the first platform, Web3 platform, to have live tip, subscription services in the way that we just demoed earlier, but being able to add in Safer technology using their AI systems to moderate and remove illegal content is taking it to industry level, trend setting, which is amazing. So those two things in combination, I think, are really, really going to help. But Jordana, did you want to add anything to those as far as what we're doing to keep the model safe and make sure that we're doing the most for them?
Sorry, Adam, I've lost it, cut out for a second there, but yeah, so we have those blacked out words that we have. So like you say, we've got that manual moderation, and then we have the AI moderation as well that scans the images. And yeah, we have reporting teams. So you can come to, if you have any issues, like Liv is on the platform. So if you have any issues, or you're feeling that you might be harassed by somebody, they may not be abusive, but they just, putting the pressure on a little bit and you're not sure what to do, then Liv would be your first point of call. And, we have a great support system in place. We've got multiple chats where you can join in and as a creator, and you can just get that support that you need. But yeah, we have the AI integration and the manual team moderating the chats, and yeah, keep making sure the platform's all safe.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. For the other part, I think I was kind of not able to get your white paper because for some reason I think that's something I should sort out on my part, but I was not able to download that stuff. So I kind of got my understanding from your other your other links and stuff. But I figured you guys have from what I've read, I figured you guys have a sort of like an online kind of products and physical product. You guys have sort of planned. I was not able to dig deep into that, but I was kind of wondering what's that going to be like? What's the quality going to be like, based on the quality of the product, the quality of kind of transportation and delivery and stuff like that. If it's merch, that would be kind of very easy to kind of deliver. But it's going to be sort of other products. I guess there will be more on my question of quality than actually delivery. So yeah, if you can speak on that, I would really appreciate that. Kind of clear my decision. The white paper thing has to be sorted out from my end. I think my browser is bugging or something. Thank you. That's the last one.
You're fine. You're fine, man. So when it comes, again, just a little reminder on the physical content that can be sent, right, and merch. When it comes to merch that's branded with the FrontFanz company logo, that sort of stuff will be taken care of by us, packaged properly like a business would, and shipped to you across the world. When it comes to creator physical content, that's 100% handled through them. So they would pack and ship as they would normally, because again, you can do that sort of stuff on OnlyFans and other platforms. The difference here is we're looking to be an all-in-one solution. So it's not just that, and plus adding in a little bit of subscription content, but an all-in-one solution. So we're going to have a dedicated help section for dispute resolution and anything else when it comes to physical items. I love that you guys are super interested in the merch and the physical items as well, because it is something, by the way, that a lot of content creators are starting to sell to their users. And it's actually a pretty explosive market, which again, we're taking 20% as a platform from. The content creators are keeping 80%. And then from there, of course, you as a holder in FanX token is getting a nice 10% of net revenue from all of those operations of content purchase. So
thank you. I do appreciate the answer. Thank you, Jordan. Thank you, DC. It's been a minute, by the way. Hope you're doing good. Well, yeah, that's all for me. Thank you.
Cheers. Thank you.
Yes, sir. All righty. Let me see. Let's go to Ade Ufua. Yes, sir. Okay. Addy, it's your go, bud. Oh, guys, and by the way, please pay attention when you're asking questions. Don't try not to ask variants of questions that have already been asked, and just pay attention to the people that have gone before you as well. And also, we'll let you know if we can't hear you, because
yeah,
I don't know why.
We usually can. We
That's what I'm
usually can.
saying. Like we never can't. Anytime you guys ask that, there's never a time we can't hear you. We always hear you. I don't know why people do that, but just pay attention, please, everybody.
All right.
But go ahead,
Hello.
Ade.
Yeah,
Hey,
thank
brother.
you. Can you hear me?
Brother, I just
Man.
All right, thank you. So I'll go straight to the point. So please, I want to ask for adult content, in different regions, there are bylaws, so to say, that are continually changing. And the worst thing I believe that can happen to a project like this is if we are ignorant to changes in regulations in such regions. So I want to find out basically is how you plan on keeping up with the times and changes in the system to maintain the legality of the project. I hope you understand the question.
Yeah, I mean, getting the proper professionals for those areas, right? We have the absolute best team when it comes to getting an adult product to market, right? But is any one of us on stage here on the core team a lawyer? No, right? So we hire a good, legal team, which we have. And right now we're fully in compliance, not only as a business, but also legally as well. And especially as you expand, you continue to maintain your legal team and make sure you're staying ahead of anything that could come up, right? Also, I wanted to mention just on the terms of marketing, right? My gosh, we are so lucky to have the best marketing manager out there. So Karan, he's known as the Wizard for a reason. He has done millions upon millions of dollars in raise collectively over the course of the last 2 years or so. I've known him personally. He's a good friend of mine. And we're very fortunate to have him because it's opened the doors to private groups, to a whole bunch of partnerships that we would never be able to have before. And that's why you're seeing us trend number one. That's why we're at 81.84 ETH with still 40 minutes to go on the fair launch. It's just been amazing to have the best of the best in all the different categories. So hopefully that answers your question. We're not lawyers, but we have good ones and we're in compliance currently.
Thank you. So, sorry, one last question. I want to know if you will be exploring the option of any real life marketing aside maybe, social media or reaching out to influencers. If you're also going to consider real life or real world marketing like banner ads or peradventure, launching a broadcast on any streaming platform, basically to advertise your projects, and then also what the let's say revenue generated from the buybacks are going to be used to, if they are going to be fed into any other aspect or utility within the project. Thank you.
Yeah, so a couple different questions there. When it comes to kind of doing new things when it comes to marketing, definitely. There's actually two different buckets here, right? There's the Web3 side of marketing and there's the Web2 side of marketing. The Web3 side of marketing, I mean, you're seeing the effect of it. It's massively successful, right? We're getting shout outs from everybody, which is great. And we're very happy to have an AMA here as well. When it comes to the Web 2 side, I really think this is where it gets exciting because you get access to things like being able to get hundreds of models to shout you out in a powerful way, right? Being able to also employ some of the PR agencies that the likes of OnlyFans and others have used. So it's these things that like normally, if you were just a Web3 startup and you thought that you could do this, if you don't have those connections from working in the industry, how are you going to get them? There's no way you're going to get them. But we have the team to be able to have access to those type of conversations, which can take us into that next level when we're talking about exposure and beyond. So I want everyone here to understand this is not just a crypto project, right? We're fundraising on the crypto side, so it's extremely important, but broaden your horizon just a tad to see how much money is in this industry, and you will be blown away. You will be absolutely blown away. Now, Jordana, I just wanted to pass the mic really quick to you just to speak about on the Web 2 side, what we could maybe expect, especially with the current raise we have and the success we're having.
Oh, yeah, sure. So yeah, we're going to be starting that adult traffic. So we're going to hit the ground running on the 15th. So we've got a marketing agency that we're working with that specialize in converting over users from the adult side. So we're running ads on multiple porn platforms which will be driving traffic. So essentially our ads will look like the little live streaming ads, the typical little porn ads. It's like live now, and you click through and do that. So we're going to be running a lot of those ads. And then we have the influencer agencies that we're working with. So Buzz Talent is one that we're working with in London. They were instrumental in bringing on live streamers to TikTok, and also to another site called Bigo. I don't know if anybody's heard of them. They're pretty big. And all of these people are just amazing at getting us to have the right people that we need on the platform, that have got those big followings, that are going to bring people to the platform, that are going to, even if initially they don't bring people to the platform, it's like if they're shouting about us and then they see someone else shout about us, and then they see someone else, and then eventually people are going to be like, hey, what's this FrontFanz? I keep seeing it pop up, and it's just like one of those things. So because we have all of these industry connections, we're able to do that, like Adam said. So yeah, you're going to see a lot of PR releases as well. Obviously, we've already had our Bloomberg, we've already had Yahoo Finance, and all of the kind of traditional ones. When we did our launch party back in May, we featured in newspapers up and down the country here in the UK, and on, we had a lot of marketing there. We recently sponsored the Fetish and Glamour Awards, which just took place in London a couple of days ago. So we were one of the sponsors there. And we have other sponsorship opportunities as well coming up for, certain adult awards. So, yeah, there's a lot of things that we're going to be doing. Like I say, we do outsource our marketing to a certain extent. We're very much involved with the planning, but we are not professionals in everything. We can only do so much. So we're reliant on, making use of our connections that we have, and letting the people that know what they're doing really, really take the helm.
All right, nice. Definitely a well thought out project. Thanks as always, DC, and good luck to the team. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ade. Last call. Would anybody like to ask another question? I don't think anybody put question in the comments, but I'll give somebody some courtesy anyways. So, FrontFanz. Now, I will ask this regardless. Let's see. From the white paper, I read that creators can only create contents in as much as they're within the confines of the law, and I also read that the platform doesn't restrict or control the content creators and their contents, which is a huge problem of Web 2 platforms being solved. So my question is that if you can't restrict or control contents, how do you plan to ensure that all contents are within confines of the law?
Jordana, do you want to take that one?
Are you talking about so essentially what we're going to do is we've got a certain list that's blocked. So some countries don't allow porn. You won't be able to access our platform in that area. You won't be able to register if you have an ID, for example, from one of the countries where it is banned. So if you live in, I don't know, North Korea or something like that, and you try to, or South Korea, and you try to register on our platform as a content creator, you're obviously not going to be able to do that. And yeah, I'm not sure how it works, but the devs essentially set it up so the IPs are blocked, so you can't access it from those countries where it's banned, because it's banned. So we don't want to get people in trouble, and we don't want anybody to break the law.
Okay. And Favor wants to know what your biggest obstacle is.
Our biggest obstacle, I feel like we've overcome it. I feel like it was the bear market and just the whole getting to this point, because it's been a lot in the background, getting the tech to work, troubleshooting it. We've done so many updates to the platform. It's absolutely insane. Well, we've got it to a point now where it's working smoothly and brilliantly. So I think we're out of the woods, and the fact that we've got to this point, this is where the fun begins. Like after this launch, I just can't wait to just actually, just see it fly and see it get see it get its roses, so to speak, because yeah, it's been a hard slog for all of us, you know, like 15, 16-hour days. So yeah, I feel like that was
it's
the
paying
hardest.
off big time.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that was the hardest obstacle, and now it's just, yeah, we're just sort of sitting pretty at the top of the mountain now.
But you know what? You know what though? Like this is exciting, but we can't rest our laurels more than like maybe a couple of hours to celebrate. We're gonna jump on VC right after this to finish out the last 30 minutes in the chat. But in our core TG. So if you want to jump in and do that, you can. Love to have you guys. But I also wanted to say too, the real fun begins because now we start doing platform marketing. We start doing even more Web3 marketing to take us into a strong Monday launch of liquidity add on Uniswap. We want to make this something that people remember came from Pink Sale as that project they got into. Like imagine, like if we're talking about utility plays, right? Imagine getting into like Caspa during the initial like, you know, IDO or the initial like fundraise, right? Like that's the level of scope this is, except in a completely different industry that is expanding in an explosive way. So we're just so excited. We're besides ourselves, and we're going to be putting in a ton of work this weekend. There's a lot of work to do, but we're happy. You know, all the work thus far has paid off in a big way.
Yeah. But hey, look, shoot. Don't see any more questions. Other comment questions are just variations of the same thing, just asking about legal stuff with the pornography and the content. So, hey, it was really good having you guys.
This was fun.
It was very fun. It was good questions as well. Jordana, thank you for being here. Adam, thank you for being the good host that you are, or speaker, whatever you prefer. Appreciate that 110%. Thanks everybody who asked questions and came out. I tried to give a last call to see anybody wanted to come on the mic. Nobody came. We went through the comments and answered the most original questions I could get. And all I can say is, Dumbledore, hop off the mic and come on.
Just listening to that close out. All right. Yeah, great, AMA, Adam, Jordana, thank you guys so much for jumping in and just sharing the platform with us. It looks great, frankly. I mean, really good.
Thanks for having us. Thanks for having us. Really good AMA. Solid.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys raised some ETH too. I mean, pre-sale's looking awesome, so great job, guys.
Well, guys, thank you for being part of that too. Again, if you heard about this for the first time in the Haven here, we're very proud that we ended the AMAs here. Again, we're jumping right over to chat. I know I'll be there. We'll leave it open. Any questions y'all have, feel free. We're here for you, and we're in for a huge push this weekend coming into Monday, so stay tuned. But we're going to plan to have a really big push on crypto Twitter back to getting out into the algorithm, so actually having our ambassadors on for those AMAs. We did it in the past as well, but especially now that we've gotten past this part, now it's into the next part with brand exposure. So expect to see, you know, weekly episodes with our content creators. Also, get excited for the blend of Web 2 and Web 3 marketing like you've never seen before. So hope to see you in chat. And again, thank you so much for the amazing AMA.
Sweet. Stopping the recording here.